I'm your number one fan.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
My mom and dad are gonna be...
I see dead people.
Hello.
Hi. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Killer Cuties Podcast.
That's us.
It is. We've got lots of horror news. Not as much as last week.
Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah, we've got some news for you. Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, The Watchers is an upcoming horror movie. It's going to be directed by Ishana Night Shyamalan, who is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. You love a good Nepo baby.
Mm-hmm. I do.
You're going to love it.
Yeah.
But it's set to release June 7th, and the trailer just dropped. So, if you want a little sneak peek, taste of what's to come, I watched it. Looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota Fanning's in it.
Yeah, and the girl from Barbarian.
Yes. What's Georgina?
Tom.
I was going to go Campbell.
No, it's Campbell. You're right. It's Campbell.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Georgina Campbell.
Yeah, Georgina Campbell.
She was really good in Barbarian, though, so I'm excited to see her in something else.
Yeah. No, the trailer looks really good.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to read up on it anymore, or I think I want to go into that one as blind as I can.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. All I know is it's based on a book.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She's only 22, the daughter.
Oh, Ishana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. She's
nice.
Just a baby.
He's a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start with the one I'm most excited about that you're not going to care about.
Okay.
Christopher Nolan of Batman and Oppenheimer fame. You know him. He's literally shopping a horror film.
Okay.
It's very exciting. He was at the British Film Institute last week doing a talk of some sorts. Mm-hmm. And he was mentioning that he likes horror movies' kind of dependency on cinematic devices. He thinks that's really fun. And he likes the visceral response that they can generate. He says he's waiting for a really exceptional idea. But he likes the idea that horror movies can play with topics that Hollywood generally rejects and get away with it.
Okay.
So, as if Oppenheimer didn't do that. But he also specifically called out Hans Zimmer and the score of his movies as being a big piece of why they were successful. So, and I've been saying that all along. The score is what makes the movie. And here's Christopher Nolan specifically calling out Hans Zimmer. He agrees with me.
Great.
Yep. That's news.
I know,
he wants to make a horror movie. It's news.
He originally thought of Inception like it was going to be more of a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that he's finally going down that route.
Yeah, and he says that Oppenheimer has some horror elements to it too. So
I just have never wanted to watch a movie less.
Than Oppenheimer? It's way too long.
I just don't. I could not care even a little bit about it.
Yeah.
All right, my other news was Ty West, a director of X and Pearl. He gave a little update on MaXXXine, which is the third movie in that trilogy, I guess. He said that he's almost done editing it, so it's on its way. We still don't have a release date, which everybody's wanting, but at least we know it's coming along. It seems to be on track to still be released this year, which was the goal. And he also hinted that he has a weird idea for a fourth film in this franchise. But he said, let's just get MaXXXine out first and see how that does, and then we'll think about a fourth one. So
fair.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
I wonder if the fourth one will have Mia Goth. You would think.
I would think so. he seems to enjoy her work. She's been in all 3 of them so far. So
Yeah. Well, interesting.
yeah. What's your last piece of news?
Last one for me. We've got some updates on Ari Aster's new film,
Mm.
Eddington. It's a rumor, but supposedly it's going to star Emma Stone, Joaquin Phoenix, and Pedro Pascal,
Ooh.
who, as we know, just turned down a horror movie. Who was it? Zach Krager?
Oh, he didn't turn it down. He had to back out
Scheduling
due to
conflicts.
scheduling.
Yeah, so this was probably one of his scheduling conflicts because it starts filming in a few weeks. March 11th? Yeah, March 11th. But it's about a couple who's driving to LA during the pandemic and they run out of gas in a western town. And then horror shit happens.
Great.
Yep. Sounds fun.
Can't wait.
I think
Yep.
this is Joaquin Phoenix and Ari Aster's time to reconcile with their audiences and do a better job than Beau was afraid.
It was a choice for sure.
Yeah.
I'm still excited for it though.
Yeah, this will be better.
I hope.
Well, did you ever see Poor Things?
No, not yet.
That's horror adjacent. It's
Is it?
yeah, yes. Definitely. If not
Okay.
full horror, it's horror adjacent at least, and Emma Stone's really good in it. So
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
yeah.
That's high praise coming from you because you don't like her.
I don't like her at all. But she was good in Poor Things.
Emma Stone's #1 hater right here on the podcast.
I wouldn't say #1 hater. I'm up there, but
Yeah.
she's fine. She's,
Yeah. Great.
yeah, that's
That's it.
it.
That's all we have. Well, we're here to talk about VHS.
Yep.
We got a mini overview for anybody who hasn't seen it or it's been a while. From Google, 4 thugs who make money putting their violent antics online are hired to steal a VHS tape from a spooky old house. However, things take a turn for the worse when they find a dead pensioner and dozens more tapes. Dun, dun, dun. It's an anthology, so there's obviously quite a few writers, directors, and stars of this. Each segment was done by a different team. But funnily enough, I just mentioned news about Ty West, and he is one of the writers and directors of one of the segments in this.
Ah.
So kind of coincidence that news of him popped up when we were doing this. But he did the second honeymoon segment. Currently, it has a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb and a 56% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
What's the audience score?
I think lower than that.
Oh God.
I want to say, let me look it up just so that I don't get it incorrect, but I want to say it was in the 40s. 41% audience score.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
But it's not up for them to decide. It's up for us to decide. We are the resounding final say of horror movies.
we're the experts.
Yeah, self-proclaimed.
Yes. Well, what did you think of it?
Should we just jump into scores? Overall.
I mean, I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
In researching this movie, there's really not a whole lot that I could find, like fact-wise. I found a few kind of fun things.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'll kick us off by saying, like, we've done a few found footage films, 3, I think now. This is our 4th, or maybe this is our 3rd.
Hold on. Well, continue. I'll look.
Okay. I love found footage. That's kind of like what made me first kind of entertain the idea of horror movies.
Yeah.
Very early on. Not early on, but like that my first movies were found footage. So this was a fun, kind of fresh take on that.
Yeah.
I love the inception of it all, that it's found footage of people finding footage. I love the anthology of it all because you could rewatch this a bazillion times and still catch new things, learn new things. I don't know. I'll just start us off there.
You are a found footage fan, for sure.
Yeah. Which reminds me. Last episode.
Yes.
Yeah. I kept referring to the movie.
Oh.
I kept referring to the movie Phoenix Forgotten as my husband's and my local soccer team's name, Phoenix Rising. The movie is Phoenix Forgotten, not Phoenix Rising. So just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah. Little corrections corner. I honestly didn't even catch it when we were doing the episode. It wasn't until I started editing that I was like, that's not the name of the movie.
Yeah. We
and I
posted
didn't even
it
know
on-
what Phoenix Rising was. I had to Google it. Found out it was a soccer team.
Yeah. It's our soccer team. We go to their games kind of all the time. And they won the championship this year. So they're a
Well,
big
that's
deal.
probably why it was on your mind.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
did think
anyway.
it was funny. I messaged Katie. I was like, you kept saying Phoenix Rising. That's not the name of the movie. She's like, what is? And I was like, Phoenix Forgotten. She's like, I've never heard that in my life.
No. Nope.
I was like, you have, and you've seen it. So
Yeah. I really do love that movie. But no, I had soccer on the brain.
yeah.
And we posted that to TikTok and everything. We didn't notice
We
it then
did.
either.
Nope.
Oh well.
What are you gonna do? You know, sometimes shit happens.
Yeah. We don't get our facts straight. The only thing that's straight all the time is our opinions. Our opinions are right. Our facts might not be. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I like that.
Thanks.
We are not reliable. We just are opinionated.
Yes.
All right, what else about this movie? It came out the same year as The ABCs of Death, which is another horror movie anthology. It's basically a movie where they sent each director in it a letter in the alphabet. So there's 26 segments. And they had to create a segment using a word that started with whatever letter they got.
26 directors?
Yeah. There's 26 different segments.
And each one has a different director.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but Adam Wingard and Ty West also did segments for that, so that's kind of fun. They did it for both. Yeah.
What letters did they get?
Don't ask me that. No, I think Ty West had M, and
For
Adam
murder?
Wingard had no.
Was it a horror movie?
Yes,
Should be for murder.
it was.
She's looking.
I don't want to say it because I'm pretty sure it was miscarriage, which is kind of like a
Oh,
triggering
sad.
thing. So it was like I'm hesitant to say that, but let me see. Yes, Ty West did M, and then Adam Wingard did Q.
For
Quack.
like a duck. Or like a
duck.
doctor.
No, like a duck.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another anthology film. We'll watch it eventually, I'm sure.
What's the X for?
I just closed the tab, Katie.
Well, you knew I was going to ask.
Please. Do you want me to go through the whole? Let's actually,
No,
we're going to talk
just
about
X.
ABCs.
I just want to know X. There's only like 4 words that start with X.
X is for XXL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That could be cute.
sure.
Okay. Well,
I don't remember a lot of this. I've seen it. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then I made my friends watch it, and they made me turn it off after a segment. So,
why?
well, you'll find out eventually.
God. Okay, well. Anyway, back to this movie. My favorite fact that I learned about VHS is that they say the word fuck 240 times.
They sure do. Which also, fun fact on that fun fact, doesn't even put them, that number does not even put them in the top 40 movies that have said it the most times.
Oh my god. What's
It's
the number
right
one?
outside of the 40. Number 1 is called SwearNet the Movie. It says it 935 times.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was by the Trailer Park Boys, and
Aw.
they, like, basically the whole thing is about them creating an uncensored internet network. So that's why. The number 2 movie is called Fuck.
Okay.
It's a documentary about the word.
Okay.
And it says it 857 times. And then third is Wolf of Wall Street.
See, I was gonna say Django Unchained, so
No, I don't know if it was probably on there, but I just grabbed the top ones.
okay.
But yeah, I like had to scroll down because it actually wasn't on the list. So it's obviously not a conclusive list, but
Yeah.
240 was like right below the top 40 movies. So
Gosh.
it feels like a lot. Apparently it's not. Also, they did not include pornography films in this. Otherwise, that probably would have been the majority of the movies.
Well,
So this is non-pornographic films.
pornographic films, that's what they're doing. It's not what they're saying.
Yeah, but I feel like they're sometimes saying it as well.
Not 900 times. What, once per thrust?
Oh my god.
Well,
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it's reasonable to not include pornography.
You think it's reasonable or you don't
Yeah.
think it's reasonable?
Because they're not saying it that many times.
Okay. Well, if they're not saying it, then why wouldn't they include him?
I mean, I guess they could. It wouldn't affect the list at all.
You're convinced, huh?
You know what they didn't need to say?
What?
The N-word.
Yeah.
They threw that in there a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could have been just as good without it.
Yeah, there's some things in this that I feel like you didn't need. You didn't need that.
More than just that?
I feel like a lot of, like, almost most of the nudity felt pretty unnecessary.
Oh. I don't mind it.
I feel like it was maybe necessary in the first segment, Amateur Night, which I appreciate that they did full male and female nudity, not just one, which is what all the other segments did. Yeah, everywhere, all the other segments, I just felt like that, okay, you just wanted to show some boobs.
Yeah, it did feel like porn at some points.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where it was like,
We don't need to, that
this
doesn't,
is... I just wanted to watch a movie.
yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Yeah. Another fun fact, Joe Swanberg plays Sam, the husband, in the segment Second Honeymoon. And then he also directed the segment, The Sick Thing That Happened to Emily When She Was Younger. Also, that title is too long.
Which one was that?
The one where she's like an incubator for alien babies.
Oh, yeah, with the tracker in her.
Yeah. The title's long.
That
It
is a
feels like a
long-
Fall Out Boy song. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that is.
Patrick would have killed that.
Yeah, that is excessive.
Yeah, it's a long title.
Yeah.
But that's fine. What else?
In the like overarching story where they're breaking into the house or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the brick house that they break into, where all the VHS tapes are located and like the dead guy is.
Mm-hmm.
That is the same house as was featured in the YouTube miniseries Marble Hornets.
Oh.
which is what popularized Slender Man.
Nice. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, we just talked about Slender Man in our last episode.
We did. Tall, spooky Halloween boys.
Yes. Yep.
Gotta love them.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that.
Yep.
One of the producers of the movie said that he liked the idea of anthologies because he thinks movies are too long. He's like, 2 hours is too long. And then he immediately called himself a hypocrite because this movie is almost 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But at least he can acknowledge that. And he also said he really likes the idea of the short form kind of anthology filmmaking process because people's attention spans these days are like so bad that it's easier to focus.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can admit, I don't have the best attention span ever.
No, it was kind of fun. It was like scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah.
Little 10-minute segments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just short little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah, I mean, it did. It's interesting to me that this doesn't have a very good audience score, only because there's been so many sequels of it. Like, they had VHS 2, VHS Viral, VHS The Horror Shorts, which were on Snapchat. They had VHS 94, 99, and 85. And then there were 2 spin-offs.
Mm-hmm.
They had Siren, which is a spin-off of Amateur Night in this one. Mm-hmm. And they have Kids vs. Aliens, which is a spin-off of one of the segments in the second one.
Yeah.
That's a lot of movies for a 41% score.
Yeah, well, and they have another one coming out.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, sci-fi one.
That's the thing, though. Anthologies, like, they get you. Mm-hmm. You keep coming back because you're like, what if there's another good segment that I really like?
There's bound to be at least one good one. I don't know that it was in this movie, but I'm just kidding.
Wait, okay. I want you to rank the segments from worst to best.
Okay, hold on,
in your opinion.
Let me look them up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Worst to best?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Should we rank it?
Sure.
All right. How scary did you think it was?
A 1 out of 5.
Okay.
I don't really remember being scared the first time I watched it. And I wasn't scared this time I watched it. So, it's a 1, I guess.
Yeah.
What about you?
I gave it a 2.
Okay. Which segment
spooked.
scared you?
Well, it was kind of just the tone of the overall film, I think.
Okay.
It was really quiet. So I was just kind of constantly on edge. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And there were surprisingly very few jump scares, which...
Okay.
I like that they didn't need to use jump scares to scare me.
Yeah.
But the jump scares that were there did scare me.
Okay.
So yeah, just a 2.
All right. An effective use of jump scares.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
How sexy did you think it was?
I mean, it's literally porn in some scenes. It's... So I don't know how...
Literally porn? I don't think it's literally porn.
I mean, it's pretty close. It's at least the first 5 minutes of a porn. Repeated 6 times.
Do you just mean that, like, boobs are shown?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. It really threw me off. I gave it a 2.5.
Okay.
Just, like, cut it down the middle, you know?
Yeah.
There's the, like, kill your boyfriend thing. There's some lesbian stuff. There's some attractive people.
Yeah.
But there's also some unattractive people and blood.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
I do know.
What did you give it?
I gave it a 1.5.
Okay.
I think because a lot of the nudity felt unnecessary, it, like, made me feel kind of icky.
Yeah.
But Lily was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd smash a demon.
I don't blame you. Can you just imagine
That's
she's
better
like,
than
flying away
Bagul.
with you? Oh, okay. Well,
I said I would smash Bagul last episode. I think I could say I would smash a siren.
yeah, I'm not arguing with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How fucked up did you think it was?
I gave it a 1.5.
Okay.
Just for the opening scene where they assault a woman in the parking garage.
Oh, that's
I
the
didn't
only
like
scene.
that. Yeah, I didn't like that one. I didn't like it one bit. What about you?
I gave it a 2.5.
Oh shit. Okay.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like the N-word. I didn't like digging stuff out of her arm. Yeah.
Oh yeah. She was digging in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of like
God, maybe this
slicing.
is it too. Yeah.
You know, like slicing the stomach, slicing the back. Just a lot of slicing.
Digging in. They dug in a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There was a lot of scenes where I was like, ooh. You know?
That's fair. I'm going to up mine to a 2 because you're right.
I know.
The unnecessary language, the unnecessary sexual assault, the unnecessary digging in.
Yeah.
Although I would keep the digging in. The other two things I would probably get rid of, but
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the unnecessary nudity is also a reason for it to be up there a little bit.
I'm just like,
It's
what?
just, you know, yeah. Like, whatever, you know? Pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Overall, what'd you think?
Overall, I mean, I kind of touched on this in the beginning. I thought this was like a really creative way to do found footage. There are really not a lot of anthology movies. There's anthology TV all the time.
Yeah.
But anthology movies are few and far between. And I liked it. There's definitely some things I would improve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see the other ones because I think that a bunch of the other ones have higher audience scores. I mean, they must. People keep watching them. No?
Weirdly, I think the second one has the highest score, but it's critics. Critics liked it. Audiences still gave it a rotten score. But the critics liked it. But I will say, not like a little spoiler, the second one has what a lot of people consider to be the best segment of the entire series.
The second one?
Yeah.
Oh.
But maybe you won't think so, because a lot of people think Amateur Night is one of the best segments as well. So maybe you'll watch the second one and be like, trash movie.
Maybe. But no, anyway, I did enjoy it. I will say it gave me a little bit of whiplash, but like once I got into the groove of, okay, this is an anthology, like I'm going to get used to that.
Yeah.
That made it more fun and enjoyable. I gave it a 3.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
I feel like when you started talking about it at the beginning, I was like, oh, she liked it. And then you started ranking the segments, and I was like, I don't think she liked it.
No, I definitely did.
All right.
Yeah, it was
Good.
It was great. It wasn't great. It was good.
You love found footage.
I really do. I mean, it just...
I feel bad. I didn't give you that much found footage last year. I'm going to have to give you more this year.
Well, we started with it, and I've seen a lot of them, so it's not as fun.
Yeah, I have to find the ones that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll also say, I don't remember what I was going to say. What did you think overall?
I give it a 2.5.
Okay.
I think it comes down to me liking about half of them and not liking the other half, right? There's 6 segments. I think 3 of them are pretty weak. I think 3 of them are pretty decent. So I decided I would split it down the middle. I think it kind of overstayed its welcome. I feel like they could have cut like one of the weaker segments and then had a little bit shorter of a runtime. Because I feel like about like 3/4 of the way through, you're like, okay, here we go. Let's put on another tape.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it is with anthologies. Some of them are going to be hits, some of them are going to be misses. It's just going to be a mix of quality, and some people are going to like some segments and some people are going to like the other ones. So I guess it's not fair for me to say, oh, cut one of the weaker segments when that probably would have been one of your favorites. So
Yeah.
I would have cut Tuesday the 17th like that.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that shitty acting.
Oh, I like that one.
I didn't mind the concept, but oh, the execution.
No, I think to your point, like anthologies are not going to please everyone on every piece.
Yeah. And I think that's why they get such mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Because some people love it, some people hate it. And then the next segment comes on and some people hate it and some people love it.
Yeah. I just think we need to give credit. I mean, not like you and me. Like generally people need to give credit where it's due, where like anthologies are hard to pull off.
Yeah.
And this one didn't do a terrible job. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I like it.
Yeah. Would you survive?
I was about to say it, and
I
then
know
you
you
looked like you wanted to say it, and you
Yeah.
never get to say it. So
No, I don't. I always forget.
I don't know, because it's like, okay, our rule is that we have to put ourselves in the situation, but which one? There's 6 different situations.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm putting myself in the like foil narrative, I think I would live, because I'm a big mind your own business believer. So like the way I would have been in and out of that job so quickly, I'm not watching those tapes. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to get a tape and leave.
Yeah.
So I think if that's the one I'm in, sure. Some of the other ones I think might have been a little bit harder to survive.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hmm.
But I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say yes.
That's fair.
What about you?
See, I think it's a little bit more bleak.
Okay.
You know? It's like most people in this movie die.
Yeah. But are they that smart?
Am I that smart? I mean, I don't know.
I think you're smart.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. It kind of to your point, hard to say. Don't know whose shoes I'm in.
Yeah.
But the data is not in my favor.
That's fair.
So I think I'm dead.
Okay. Statistically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I have to go on.
I guess that's fair.
Well, if I had to pick one story to be in,
Kill your
like
boyfriend.
if I'm like, okay, the one that's like, I'd probably be in that one is Second Honeymoon. I'm
Rip to
living
your
through
husband,
that.
I guess.
Yup. Bye.
All right, you heard it here first. If anything ever happens to your husband, this is going into evidence.
Yikes. God, now I really hope nothing happens to him.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But
For his
especially
and
now,
yours.
I'm going to be culpable. What's the word?
I think so.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I can't even kill an ant. I'm going to kill a man. I just let ants, whenever I have ants, I haven't had any in this house or my last house. When I lived in California, whenever we get ants, I would just let them do their thing.
You drown scorpions.
Okay, well, 1, they're going to fucking hurt me or my kid. And 2, I've only ever drowned scorpions after I've sprayed for them and they're going to die anyway.
Uh-huh.
Like the one
Just
behind me?
saying.
The one... I don't... Oh, she's up here? That
You
one?
have one still?
Yeah, she was so bloated. She was like on her way out. I did her a favor.
Oh. Cool. Would you like to predict next week's film?
Yes. Which,
Do
oh,
you
I
know
remember what I
what
was going
it
to say.
is?
I remember
Oh,
what I was going to say.
great.
From like a long time ago, I remember.
Yeah.
I've seen the beginning of this movie.
The movie that next week's movie?
No, VHS.
Oh,
I had seen the beginning. I think we did
interesting.
like a found footage marathon one week, like weekday movies. We did like a weekday movie thing at like noon in our Discord server or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got called into a meeting after watching like the first probably like, I don't even think I made it to, what's it called? Amateur.
The first segment.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I did clearly remember, like I remembered the choice of vocabulary. I remembered,
Yeah.
like the concept of, oh, we need to go and make money off of this.
Interesting. I don't think I was there for that one.
No. The only one that I actually watched all the way through that week was the one that's not called Phoenix Rising.
Phoenix Forgotten.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought you were there for Host, too.
Mm-mm. Oh. I don't remember Host.
Oh, I feel like you were. Because I feel like I moved it off of our upcoming list because you'd already seen it. So I was like, oh, we'd done a few movies you'd already seen, so I didn't want to have it in there. But if you've already forgotten it, we can add it back
We can add it back in.
All right.
Anyway, yes, let's predict the next movie, which is
Drum roll, please. Psycho.
Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know everything about Psycho.
Well, tell me about it.
Everybody knows everything about Psycho.
Yeah, it'd be kind of crazy if you didn't know anything about Psycho.
Psycho
Mm-hmm.
is about a man named Norman Bates, right? Right?
You tell me.
Right? Am I wrong?
You tell me.
I'm going to look it up if you don't tell me.
I'll tell you when you're done.
Okay.
Right
it's
now,
about
tell me the story about Norman Bates.
right?
You tell me.
It's about a man named Norman Bates.
Okay.
He is portrayed by Batman. What the fuck is his name? What's his name?
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale. Christian
Okay.
Bale is in Psycho. He plays Norman Bates. Norman Bates is a fucking psycho. He is...
I mean...
That's why they call it that. He is obsessed with his mommy. He calls her mommy, probably.
Probably.
So he thinks his mom is still alive, but she died a long time ago. And
Oh my
we, the
God.
audience, also think she's still alive because we are seeing what Norman is seeing. And she's in a rocking chair. And he like strokes her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone realizes that she's dead because they see her in the window
Yeah.
of the house. And like, oh my God, there's a dead body in that rocking chair. Why?
Yep.
So they come and they try to take her. And
No.
Norman's like, no, you can't take my mom. She's living. She's not dead. She's alive. So he gets an axe.
And then...
I'm cooking.
You're burning? Take it out of the oven.
So here's the problem. So I can't. I
Mhm.
think that there's a woman in the shower, but I don't know where she comes in.
Great. She's just there somewhere.
But see, the other thing is, I think there's also a movie called American Psycho.
Okay.
That's not the same as Psycho, and I may be getting my wires
Right.
crossed.
Okay.
But I know he has an axe or something.
Oh, great. He has something.
Yeah. Yeah. And he just doesn't want
Okay.
people to take his mom. And that's kind of the end of it. He's like, no, you can't
Yeah.
take my mom. And so he kills everyone.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The end.
Yeah. And
Roll
then
credits.
Yep. And then he probably slithers into bed with his mom's corpse. That sounds like a psycho thing to do.
It does. You were getting your wires crossed.
Oh no.
Psycho came out in 1960, so it does not star Christian Bale.
Damn it. Is he an American Psycho?
He is an American Psycho.
Fuck.
This movie stars Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates. You were correct.
Okay.
And the woman in the shower is Janet Leigh, which is Jamie Lee Curtis's mom.
Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. Remember when we almost bought her house?
I remember when we saw it on the line. I don't remember when we had even close to the amount of money it was.
Hey, girl.
But yes, you definitely have a sense of what this movie is about. It's a very iconic film, so obviously it'd be kind of crazy if you didn't know things about it.
Yeah.
But no, it does not star Christian Bale.
Damn it.
Sorry. Batman is not in this.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I've seen Bates Motel.
Great. Yeah, so you have kind of a basis of
Yeah.
a backstory, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't remember much about it other than that. I think she's dead the whole time.
In Bates Motel?
Yeah, isn't she dead the whole time? You find out at the end or something? No? Okay, well.
I don't know. I actually only watched like the first season, and it was like a
Same.
cleaning show where it was like on in the background while I did other stuff. A multitasking show, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Where I wasn't fully paying attention.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you a lot about it. Sorry. I'll give it another go one day, I promise. But
It has a good cast.
Yeah. Who is it? Vera Farmiga?
And the kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Why do we keep ending up here? Yeah, Freddie Highmore.
Freddie
And
Highmore.
Max. We all know Max. We love Max.
Max who?
His last name I can pronounce, but I won't.
Max.
Thoreau?
Thoreau?
Who's to say?
There's
Who
a
knows
T
how
at
to
the end
say
of it?
There's a T at the end of it.
Oh.
Do you know how to say his last name? Let me Google it. How
I don't
to
know.
pronounce Max? I can't. It's a YouTube video. I can't play it.
Also, you can't trust it because half of the YouTube videos are fake pronunciations.
I think it's pretty clear when they're fake pronunciations. I like to watch interviews where, like, they're either saying their
Yeah.
name or they're being introduced.
Yeah.
So apologies to that man. I'll do a corrections corner next episode where I just say his name
Apology accepted.
flawlessly. Yeah. Rihanna's in that show?
What the fuck?
Why is Rihanna listed? Well, now I'm gonna watch it. Incredible.
She is?
She's listed in the cast.
I don't remember that at all.
I love Rihanna.
Me too.
Fun fact, my friend Tiara Shea, shout out Tiara Shea, she
Mhm.
listens to us while she cleans. She she once went to see Valerian, the space movie with Rihanna in it. Rihanna? I think it's actually pronounced Rihanna. And she accidentally went to see Dunkirk instead. What a terrible miscommunication.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. I also had a friend who was trying to watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and watched Pootie Tang instead.
Whoops.
What a fun mix-up.
Yikes.
I can't think of two movies that are less alike, but, besides maybe Valerian and Dunkirk.
Yeah, those are pretty opposite. But hey, she got to see Harry Styles, right?
Oh shit, he is in that, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, cool. I'm really excited. We got a classic horror movie coming up next week, so that'll be exciting for you to finally watch.
Yeah, an old one too. An old classic.
Old classic, one of the first.
The oldest.
A founder. I don't know if it's the oldest,
That we've
but
watched.
it's like, yeah, I think it's the oldest.
It's in black and white, isn't it?
It is in black and white.
Yeah, we haven't watched a black and white movie yet.
We haven't.
Yeah, we've watched
But yeah.
70s, 80s, 90s, 1000s, 10s, 20s. We have not watched the 60s.
It's time.
It is. Hey, and it'll be in our 60th episodes. What year did it come out? 60 what?
It's 1960.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I should have had it for our 60th.
Yeah, that would have been so cute.
Well, the thing is that we had like just done Silence of the Lambs, so I didn't want two classics like right next to each other.
That's fair.
And also you yelled at me when I mentioned Psycho, and you said, "Oh, I haven't seen it. Why haven't you made me watch it yet?"
When?
When we were arguing about like why you would remake a perfect film, and I said, "Oh, they
Psycho's a
remade
perfect
Psycho."
film?
I mean, like, technically,
It's
I
literally
would
not even in
consider
color.
Okay. Do you think amazing, fantastic, groundbreaking films have to be in color? You think To Kill a Mockingbird isn't a fantastic film because it's in black and white?
It would be better if it was in color.
Look at you. Wrong.
Oh my god.
It's a product of its time. It's all right for movies to be in black and white. Anyways, they did remake it in 2007 with Vince Vaughn.
What?
Yeah, he plays Norman.
You're joking. Not a parody, like an actual one?
No, it's an actual one, yeah.
Did the casting director get fired immediately after? Did it do well? Was it a critical success?
I feel like we should talk about this next week.
Oh my god. What were they thinking? The guy that says on the line? Right?
I always forget that that's where I got that from. Yeah. I got it from a Vince Vaughn movie.
Wild. Okay, yeah, we'll talk more about it next week.
Cool, can't wait.
Should be so fun. I'll watch both versions.
Great. Yeah, please do.
Comment on Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates. What
you
the
can compare
fuck?
the two. Watch you just like love the Vince Vaughn version.
I'm sure I will. It's Vince Vaughn. Oh god.
All right. Well, if you've made it this far and you haven't liked, subscribed, or followed us on socials, please do it.
Please.
Help us. I have a family to feed. No, just kidding. My sister had a baby.
All right. Well,
All right.
see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.